The Galactic Council Hall floated above a dying blue star. Its light passed through the wide crystal walls and painted long shadows across the chamber floor. Hundreds of seats curved in a perfect circle, each one built for a different species. Some were filled with towering beings of stone and metal. Others held small figures wrapped in glowing robes. The air hummed with quiet power and old pride. This council had ruled the galaxy for thousands of cycles. At the center of the hall, a large hologram flickered to life. It showed a small yellow star and a blue planet circling it. The name appeared beneath the image, Earth. A tall, insect-like counselor leaned forward. Its many eyes focused on the hologram with clear amusement. "So this is humanity," it said. "The species requesting observer status." Soft laughter moved through the chamber. Another counselor spoke, this one tall and silver-skinned, its voice smooth and sharp. "They are divided into nations. They still fight wars among themselves. Their technology is crude. Chemical weapons. Primitive fusion drives." More laughter followed. A reptilian warlord struck the floor with his armored tail. "They have no place here," he growled. "They barely control their own planet. Why waste council time on them?" The laughter grew louder. The hologram shifted, now showing human cities. Tall buildings. Crowded streets. Lines of aircraft crossing the sky. The council watched like scholars studying insects in a glass box. "They are emotional," another voice said. "They act first and think later. They form alliances, then break them. They fear death more than failure. Typical young species," someone added. At the highest seat sat the council speaker. Ancient, calm, powerful. Even the speaker allowed a small smile. "Humanity believes it is ready to join the galactic community," the speaker said. They sent a message requesting recognition. A small floating device drifted forward. It projected a short human transmission. A single figure stood before a plain background. No symbols. No weapons. No threat. The human spoke in a steady voice. "We know we are new. We know we are different. But we ask to be heard." The transmission ended. For half a second, the hall was quiet. Then the laughter exploded. Some counselors leaned back in their seats. Others mocked the human's posture, its weak body, its soft voice. One even clapped slowly, in fake respect. "He asks to be heard," the insect counselor said, amused. "As if this is a debate. They should be grateful we even noticed them," the reptilian warlord said. "A single fleet from my empire could erase their planet in one rotation." More laughter. The speaker raised a hand, and the noise slowly faded. "Send a response," the speaker said. A polite refusal. No need to alarm them. Before the command could be carried out, the lights in the chamber flickered. Just once, then again. Several counselors looked around in confusion. A technician species near the lower ring spoke up. "Minor sensor delay," it said. "Nothing serious." The hologram of Earth suddenly vanished. In its place appeared empty space. No warning. No transition. Just darkness. "What is this?" someone asked. The system recalibrated. A new signal forced its way into the chamber. Not loud, not aggressive. It did not override the council systems. It waited. The speaker frowned. "Identify the source?" The technician paused. Its voice changed. "This signal. It is human." That caused another wave of laughter, weaker than before. "Still trying," a silver-skinned counselor said. "They do not understand protocol." The human signal activated. There was no image this time. Only a calm, clear voice. "We are listening." That was all. No demands. No threats. No emotion. The message ended. Silence filled the chamber. Some counselors laughed again, but it sounded forced. "That is it?" the reptilian warlord said. "That is their response?" Before anyone could reply, a low alert tone echoed through the hall. One of the distant observation screens turned black. Then another. Then 3 more. A navigation counselor stood up. "We are losing contact with our outer sensors." The speaker's smile was gone now. "How?" the speaker asked. "No energy spike. No weapons fire," the counselor replied. "They are just going dark." The laughter had stopped completely. The ancient council, which had seen wars, extinctions, and the fall of empires, now watched their screens in growing confusion. The human message replayed once more, soft and unchanged. "We are listening." For the first time in centuries, the Galactic Council did not know what to say. The Galactic Council Hall felt different after the human message ended. The air was the same. The light from the dying star still washed over the crystal walls, but the mood had shifted. Confidence had cracked. Laughter no longer returned. Screens around the chamber showed star maps filled with colored lights. Each light represented a system under council watch. One by one, small clusters began to dim. A navigation counselor stepped forward, its long fingers shaking slightly. "We are losing contact with our outer listening posts," it said. "They are not destroyed. They are simply gone? Gone?" The reptilian warlord growled. "Explain." "There is no explosion. No wreckage. No debris," the counselor replied. "They stopped transmitting, and then there is nothing." The speaker rose slowly from the central seat. The ancient being had ruled through wars that burned galaxies. It had never rushed to fear. But now, its eyes stayed fixed on the darkening map. "Send scouts," the speaker ordered. "Fast ones." Within moments, sleek unmanned probes launched from nearby systems. Their paths appeared on the screens as thin silver. Lines racing toward the dark zones. The council waited. Seconds passed. Then minutes. The first probe. Signal cut out mid-transmission. The second never said anything at all. The third sent a single image before. Vanishing. Empty space. No ships. No battle. No damage. Just silence. A murmur spread through the chamber. Not laughter this time. Unease. "This is impossible," the silver-skinned counselor said. "Even stealth fleets leave traces. Unless they want to be unseen," another counselor replied quietly. The speaker turned to the technician cast. "Analyze the signal patterns. Find interference. Find something." The technicians worked in frantic silence. Symbols and data streams filled the air. At last, one of them spoke. "There is a pattern," it said. The silence spreads outward, following old human exploration routes. That word again. Human. The reptilian warlord slammed his tail down. "Enough of this. Send a battle group. Let us remind them of their place." Before the speaker could answer, a new object appeared on the edge of council space. It was large, fast. Not hidden. It moved with purpose. A human ship. The image sharpened. The vessel was old in design, blocky and scarred. Its hull showed signs of repairs made over centuries. But its size was impossible to ignore. Layered armor covered its surface. Weapons ports were visible, but inactive. It did not advance. It did not retreat. It simply stayed there. Watching. Double quotes. "This is a provocation," the warlord hissed. "No," the speaker said slowly. "It is a statement." The ship sent a signal request. "Open channel." The council hesitated. Pride told them to refuse. Fear told them to listen. The speaker nodded once. "Open it." The same calm human voice filled the hall. "You laughed because you thought noise was power," the voice said. We learned long ago that silence lasts longer. Images followed. Not of weapons. Not of fleets. History. Human history. Burned cities. Empty skies. Ruined worlds. The Council saw Earth under attack in ancient times. Unknown enemies. Alien fleets. Human colonies erased. Humanity retreating, bleeding, but not surrendering. The voice continued. We were invaded before we learned your names. New images appeared. Humans rebuilding. Hiding shipyards inside asteroids. Burying fleets beneath moons. Turning loss into patience. We survived by listening, the voice said. By waiting. The transmission ended. The human ship remained still. The council hall was silent again. Why show us this? The silver-skinned counselor asked. The speaker answered before anyone else could. They are not asking permission, the speaker said. They are explaining a decision already made. More systems went dark. Trade lanes collapsed as navigation beacons vanished. Military outposts reported nothing, and then fell silent. Panic began to spread across council-controlled space. Still, no attacks came. No explosions. No war. Just absence. A final short human message arrived, softer than the rest. We are not here to conquer, the voice said. We are here because you forgot we were watching. The signal ended. The human ship finally moved. Not forward. Away. As it vanished into the dark. The council understood something terrifying. Humanity was not surrounding them with fire. Humanity was removing the galaxy around them, and the silence was only beginning. The Galactic Council no longer met in confidence. It met in fear. The Great Hall was still full, but the way the counselors sat had changed. No one leaned back anymore. No one joked. No one laughed. Eyes stayed fixed on the star maps, now filled with dark scars where bright systems once existed. Those systems were not destroyed. They were removed. A data master stood near the center, surrounded by floating streams of information. Its voice trembled as it spoke. We have confirmed the pattern. Human forces are not attacking randomly. They are isolating key systems. Trade hubs. Communication relays. Military supply routes. The reptilian warlord snarled. That is war. No, the speaker replied quietly. That is control? Another counselor stood, its voice sharp with denial. We outnumber them. We rule thousands of fleets. How can one young species do this without battle? The data master hesitated and expanded the display. Human records appeared. Not recent ones. Old ones, very old. These records were hidden, the data master said. Classified by our own archives. Humanity was not unknown. They were erased. The council went still. The images showed ancient council fleets entering human-controlled space long ago. A brief conflict. Heavy losses on both sides. Then silence. We believed humanity destroyed, the data master continued. Our records list them as extinct. The speaker's eyes narrowed. And yet they stand before us. Because the records were wrong, the data master said. Humanity did not lose. They withdrew. The screen shifted again. Hidden human colonies. Dark shipyards built inside dead stars. Fleets designed not for speed, but endurance. Not for glory, but survival. They learned from us, the data master said. They learned how we think, how we fight, how we rule. A smaller counselor whispered, they learned our mistakes. The speaker turned toward the darkened star map. Why now? It asked. Why reveal themselves now? No one answered. Then a new signal arrived. Not from a ship, from everywhere. Every remaining active screen showed the same human symbol. Simple, unmarked, old. The human voice returned, calm as before. You called us weak because we did not rush to power, the voice said. You mocked us because we chose patience over noise. Images followed. Human diplomats ignored. Human warnings dismissed. Human observers laughed out of council halls. We watched your wars, the voice continued. We studied how empires fall, not from enemies, but from pride. The council saw familiar scenes now. Other species once mocked, once ignored, then erased by council decisions. The human voice did not accuse. It explained. We do not fear you, it said. We understand you. That was worse. The reptilian warlord rose to its full height. Enough words, it roared. If they want war, we give it to them. Before the speaker could stop him, the warlord transmitted a command to his fleets. Attack authorization. Nothing happened. Moments passed. Then a reply arrived. From the warlord's home system, short, cold, fleet unavailable. The warlord froze. Repeat, it demanded. The message repeated. Fleet unavailable. A second message followed. Shipyards offline. Command relays silent. System isolated. The warlord collapsed back into its seat. The speaker closed its eyes. They did not strike us, the speaker said. They removed our ability to strike them. The human voice returned one last time. We are not here to punish you, it said. We are here to end cycles like this. The images faded. The council was left staring at a galaxy that no longer answered their commands. For the first time in history, the Galactic Council realized the truth. Humanity had never been weak. Humanity had been waiting. And the galaxy had failed the test. Asterisk, the Galactic Council Hall had never felt so small. The great chamber that once echoed with laughter now held only shallow breaths and quiet fear. Counselors who once spoke with pride now avoided each other's eyes. The galaxy they controlled no longer responded to their commands. Star maps showed the truth clearly. Human fleets were everywhere. Not in attack formations. Not advancing. Not firing. They existed at key points only. Gates, relays, trade paths, military corridors. The galaxy was not burning. It was frozen. A counselor from a trade empire spoke in a low voice. Our worlds are starving. Supply routes are blocked. Our people are panicking. Another followed. Our fleets cannot move without permission. Every jump path is watched. The speaker stood again, slower than before. Humanity has done what no empire has ever done, it said. They have won without conquest. A final human signal arrived. No symbols. No threat codes. No demands. Just the voice. We gave you time, it said. We gave you warnings. You chose laughter. Images filled the chamber. Council archives. Past decisions. Species ignored. Civilizations erased because they were weak, slow, or inconvenient. You taught us how power behaves, the voice continued. We listened. The reptilian warlord tried to speak, but no sound came. Its empire was gone from the map. Not destroyed, isolated, alone. What do you want? The speaker asked at last. There was a pause. Then the answer came. Silence, the human voice said. For a while, the council waited for more. Nothing followed. No terms. No treaties. No celebration. Across the galaxy, human fleets remained still, watching, listening, allowing nothing to move without notice. Trade stopped. Wars ended overnight. Pirates vanished. Empires that thrived on chaos collapsed quietly, without battle, without blood. The council understood the final lesson too late. Humanity did not rise to rule. Humanity rose to stop rulers, one by one. Council screens went dark as human systems replaced them. Not with control panels, with observers. The speaker looked around the chamber one last time. "This council is finished," it said softly. No one argued. The great hall lights dimmed. The Galactic Council, which once mocked humanity, now had nothing left to say. And in the deep silence of space, the galaxy finally listened.